Hi, I'm Dennis.
Hi, I'm Sherry. We're from the Provincetown Conservation Trust, and we're here today. Dennis Minsky is one of our naturalists, and he is here to tell everyone about Provincetown's Atlantic White Cedar Swamp, a portion of which is right behind us.
Indeed it is. And this is an interesting exercise to describe and introduce to you all this unique ecosystem, because as our esteemed mentor describes it, a white cedar swamp just wants to be left alone. Furthermore, a white cedar swamp does not suffer fools gladly, meaning it would be quite an adventure to tromp through this swamp. It's full of water and sphagnum moss and soft spots, and so in other words, they're hard to get into, but they are unique and beautiful. A white cedar swamp indicates the topography. We're in a low area where we have standing water. If we go a few hundred yards up this slope, no white cedars. So a white cedar swamp indicates the water level of an area. Now, another thing to say is many people think a tree is a tree is a tree, but each tree has a unique set of requirements. And for a white cedar swamp, they need just the right water level. If there's too much water, this whole area would become a marsh or a bog or a swamp. If there's too little water, it'll be overtaken by maples. And you can see the maples trying to make inroads along the edges of this swamp. But the white cedar swamp competes as a colony, not an individual. So this is pretty much a monoculture. These trees shade out, for the most part, any competing trees. But all it would take would be a change in the hydrological regime here, and these trees would be gone. There are a unique set of fellow travelers, blueberries, swamp azalea, the sphagnum moss, and a half a dozen other plants that like white cedar swamps. And there are also animals that prefer white cedar swamps, including one species of butterfly, I can't remember the name of it now, only found in white cedar swamps, parula warblers that are very, very much prefer white cedar swamps, and a few other animals. There also is a historic context in which we should value white cedar swamps. They go way back to the Native American uses, to the colonial uses. They were a sanctuary for them, both spiritually, but also when they were pursued by the colonials, they would go into white cedar swamps and would find some sanctuary there. The water mains in colonial Boston were white cedar, and when they built the cedar barrels to hold the water, the barrels actually purified the water because of the high acidity. So knowingly or unknowingly or semi-knowingly, the early uses of the cedar were, they also used it for gunpowder. So they say the white cedars played some part in our American Revolution. And of course the Native Americans would build their canoes from cedars as well.
A place called Fox Run, which is just off the old Colony Recreation Path in Provincetown. And that was the old railroad bed. It's a very, very beautiful and important pedestrian walkway through the woodlands, and stretches across Snail Road outside of the Cedar Swamp area, as well as coming from Snail Road and all the way over to Howland Street. So you can access the Old Colony Rec Path. Come for a nice stroll, no bicycles, no cars, just the woods, and it's quite beautiful. And about halfway through, you'll see a sign that says Fox Run. Just make a turn into Fox Run, and we're just a couple of yards away from the Old Colony Rec Path. Well, this ties in with a larger mission that the Provincetown Conservation Trust has, and all who appreciate Provincetown's unique position on the eastern seaboard. This is our greenway. The Provincetown Greenway that stretches really all the way from Herring Cove Beach and off into North Truro, where it narrows quite considerably. So if you want to help us preserve that greenway and help us preserve the Atlantic white cedar swamp specifically, because that's our project in 2017 and 2018, please donate your time or donate funds. You can go to our website and donate funds. You can find out what kind of volunteer work that you can do. If you're a voter, you can come to town meeting. And we're going to be putting together donations, land bank funds, and grants and so forth to protect this particular area. So we welcome both donations in financially and donations of your volunteer efforts. Thank you.